Here's a spiritual sign that's going to show you that you're actually improving in your life. So, growing up from Columbia, South Carolina, growing up in the Bible Belt, one thing that was very important to my parents was our religion. So, every Sunday we went to church, but every Sunday we went to church twice because we grew up Pentecostal. And if you don't know what Pentecostal is, it's the religion where you see people, shouting, catching the Holy Ghost, running around the building, like all those different things. And it's a denomination of Christianity. So that was my life. And not only did we go to church on Sundays, but we went on Wednesdays and Fridays for Bible study and for the children's choir. So church was my life growing up. And it was so much of my life that actually I started to resent it. I started to become one of those kids that were like, we got to go to church again. I want to stay home and play video games. I want to hang out with my friends. Or my favorite, I want to go outside and play basketball. This is how I wanted to live my life. But my parents said, no, we need to go to church. So week after week after week we went, and my resentment just grew and grew and grew. And when I turned 18 and I moved out for college, I absolutely stopped going to church. And it was a long time before I decided to go back because I'm like, I'm free of this place, right? This place that you have to sit for hours and hours and hours and hear someone tell you, you're going to hell if you don't say bless you whenever someone sneezes, right? Like that's how strict it was. So it was very hard and it felt really, really good to leave that. So fast forward, when I started my business, I was actually doing okay. But it's when I went full time with my business, I noticed how expensive things are here in Miami. And I started to notice that I wasn't making ends meet each and every month. And it got really bad, guys. And you probably heard me talk about this in previous podcasts, but there were months where I was losing like $4,000 or $5,000. So all the money that I saved since being in Miami, I went through. That's like it was a lot of money. And I just blew past that. And it was that final month, everything clicked. But before everything clicked, I got really down on myself. I was down in the dumps and I was getting beat up by life. And I had to get down on my knees and say, God, what's up, man? I know I haven't been speaking to you in a while. I know we haven't chit chat, but I need your help, man. And I'm honest, like, I need you to help me to get through this part. Because if you are the man that you say you are, you will help me to navigate these rough waters. And even as I say that, even as I look back on that, I can see that my praise, my prayer, it was very conditional. It was like, God, if you help me with this, I give my life to you. Or God, if you really are this man that we think you are, you'll solve this problem for me, right? And that's not how you should be praying, or that's not how your relationship with God should be. It should not be based on whether or not you can give me this thing or not, right? This wish, this dream, help me make this dream come true. That's not how things work. But in my mind, I was very elementary in my religion, and that's all I knew. So I'm sitting there and I'm praying. I'm like, God, like, come on, I'm trying to do right by people, man. Like, I'm trying to help save the world, man. I'm trying to be a therapist, trying to be a coach. Like, I'm trying to do some of the work that you're trying to help people do. And then after praying and praying, and don't get it twisted, I was working while I was praying. But through praying and working, everything clicked. And things just started to open up. And I had a floodgate of clients to the point where I had to start referring clients out and also had to raise my prices. And that was a great moment for me. But what's really great was what happened next. After everything clicked for me, I decided to stay in my word and stay praying. And I realized something interesting that showed me that I had a real great improvement in my life. And this is the gem that I want to share with you guys. So 2-3 years after that moment, I looked back at my prayers and I noticed that my prayers shifted. My prayers shifted from being all about me to now being all about other people. My prayers started to be about my friends, my family, and even my clients. Some of my biggest fears is not whether or not people like me, not whether or not I go poor, not whether or not someone says yes to an offer that I make them. But my biggest fear now is not being a good husband, not being a good father, not helping my clients go through whatever it is that they're trying to get through. Those are my biggest fears. And it's less about me, as I said, it's more about them. And that is a sign that I think will show you that things are improving, okay? Now, one thing that my preacher said one day, and shout outs to Cruciform. If you're looking for a church in South Florida, check out Cruciform in Hollywood, Florida, all right? Actually, now we're in Hollandale, so just the next city. But one scripture he gave was in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. It says, he who has a slack hand makes poor, but he who has a diligent hand makes rich. What does that mean? Well, just because I'm spiritual and just because you're spiritual, right? And this is whatever spirituality, whatever religion you practice, just because you believe in that practice, that spirituality, it does not give you the right not to take action. It does not give you the right to be lazy and think that someone is going to come and save you. It is a combination of work and prayer, okay? And if you're not doing that, you're going to pray and believe that prayer doesn't work when really it does. It's just that you are not working. And I need you to know that. I need you to grind. I need you to get out there and hustle. One of my other favorite scriptures is, for faith without works is dead, right? Faith without works is dead. That means, hey guys, I know you believe in me, and I'm speaking as if I'm God or Jesus, and I don't even feel comfortable saying that. But if you believe in him or whoever you believe in, you would show that through your faith. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys 4 questions to ask yourself when it comes to your prayer, okay? Not in prayer, but I have 4 questions I want you to ask yourself about your prayer. And here's the first one. What percentage of my prayers is about me versus other people, okay? Now, I'm not telling you that it's bad for you to pray for yourself because, again, I've prayed for myself, and in the future, I may have to pray for myself again, right? That's just the person that I serve and the person that you serve. So that's not bad. But what we do want to see is we want to see a shift in the percentage of how much is my prayers all about me, and about we or others, if you will. So that's question number 1. How much of my prayers is about me versus others? Question number 2, how much is your prayers is coming from a place of need versus a place of thanks? Okay? I was always taught that when you pray, the first thing you need to ask for in your prayer is forgiveness. And then the second thing you need to ask for is thanks for the things that he's given you so far. And then you can proceed with some of the things that you would love for him to give you. Okay? That's how I've been taught. But whether you go in that order or not does not matter. I want you to focus on how much are you thanking the person that you're serving for all the things that he has done in your life. Okay? Because again, if it's just all about need, I would say that the prayer that you're coming from may not be as strong as we would love it to be, okay? Now, I'm not a preacher or anything like that. These are my beliefs, and this is how I've been taught, okay? So that's question number 2. How much is your prayer coming from a place of need versus a place of thanks? If it's coming from a place of thanks, that means that you made a lot of progress. And again, that's a great sign of improvement. Number 3, ask yourself what previous prayers have already been answered so that you can see progress is being made. And that kind of goes to the second point. So reflect on your prayers, right? Like last year, what was it that I was praying for? Last month, what was it that I was praying for? And do I have those things now, right? Is my life following this path that I've been asking God to bring me down? Now, here's something that I didn't add, or I didn't plan on adding, but I think it's a great point. So once you've been given these things, I would then ask you to ask yourself, are you being a good steward of these things that you've been granted? So some people may have asked for a relationship, for a house, for a car, for a business, for a new job, a promotion. But are you being a good steward of these things now that you've been given them? Because one may say that it's a test to see whether or not you be given more of these things. Because if you are investing in these things, you would definitely see an influx of more blessings. And that's why I love the story about the master and the 3 servants and the talents. And that comes from Matthew, if you want to find that chapter. It's a great story. I may tell it one day on this podcast. So be a good steward of your blessings. Now, the 4th and last one is this. Ask yourself, what actions can I take to show that I believe in my current prayers? What actions can you take to show that you believe in your current prayers? Is this making sense, guys? Like, do you understand where I'm coming from, right? Because again, I'm going to pray for mine, right? And I hate to say it like that, but I'm going to pray for mine. Like, whatever it is that I want, best believe, me and the big man upstairs, we're going to chat about it. But also, I know it falls on me to actually take the actions that I need to take to show him that I take his word very seriously. And I take my craft seriously as well. So, ask yourself these 4 questions about your prayer. Again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't pray for yourself, but one sign that shows you that you're improving in your life, your business, your relationships, It's seeing your prayer go from a place of me and a place of them, right? That's what we want to do with our prayers. We want to see it not be me, I, but it's a place of them. It's like, how can my prayers help someone else? Who is it that needs that blessing from maybe someone that they don't even know, right? Not everybody that I pray for knows that I'm praying for them. And it's probably the same thing for you as well. So with that being said, my name is Coach Wells. I'm a therapist. I'm a performance coach. Check out this podcast. Like it, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And guys, I will definitely see you later for the next one. All right, later.